Okay, today we're focusing on arithmetic sequences. Tomorrow we're going to do geometric sequences. So what is an arithmetic sequence? Well, a sequence is a set of numbers usually separated by commas or arranged in order. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Now, an arithmetic sequence is a sequence where there is a common difference. So notice, if I were to go 6 minus the previous term, I get 3. If I were to go 9 minus the previous term, I get 3. 12 minus the previous, notice there is a common difference. So arithmetic sequences have a common difference. Okay, so even if I go 18 minus 15, there's a common difference of 3. So we have a common difference, which is designated with a D. So in other words, in this case, D equals 3. So we have this sequence of numbers, and Pascal's triangle starts with a 0. But when we do sequences, the first term starts with a 1. So see, T subscript 1 indicates the first term. T subscript 2 indicates the second term, and so on and so forth. Okay. The subscript of each term identifies the position of the term in sequence. Now, there is a rule which is called the general term, right? It's a formula, right? The rule or the general term or formula tells us how we can get any term in the sequence. If we know the formula and we want the 15th term, well, we're just going to find the 15th term by substituting n equals 15, and we can calculate the 15th term. So Tn, in the above example, the formula for this sequence is 3n. For example, if I want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 term, I can go T6 equals 3 times 6 equals 18, right? See, I have a formula to generate the terms in the sequence. If I want the 50th term, T sub 50, I would just go 3 times 50 equals 150. So I know the 50th term when I have the general term, or also called the formula. So determine the first 3 terms of the sequence. Okay, so the first term, the subscript is 1. So you go 3, 1 squared minus 4. That equals minus 1. If I want the second term, I substitute n equals 2. 3, 2 squared minus 4 equals 12 minus 4 equals 8. T3 is 3 times 3 squared minus 4. 27 minus 4 is 23. So the first 3 terms are -1, 8, 23, ... This is our answer, right? Yeah.
Would you like us to, on the answers, to have it with, T1, T2, and T3, or just write the final answer, just, -1, 8, 23?
Minus?
We have to show our work.
Oh, I see. Okay. You know, if this is wrong, if you don't show work, I can't give you part marks. That's the only issue if the question is worth 1 mark, I don't need work. But if it's worth 2, then I need something, okay? Okay, let's do this one. T1 equals 5 to the 1 minus 1, so 5 to the 0 equals 1, right? T2 equals 5 to the 2 minus 1, and 5 to the 1 is 5. T3 equals 5 to the 3 minus 1. 5 squared is 25. So our answer is 1, 5, 25. So don't forget, the next test on June the 1st is a calculator test.
So on June the what?
1st. I think it's a week Friday. And the following Thursday is your Unit 8 test. Straightforward, memorize the formulas, you're all set. Okay? Yeah. Oh, Terry, I thought you had a question. Okay. Find the indicated term, T3. Okay, so T3, the third term is 9 minus 4 times 3. 9 minus 12 is minus 3. It doesn't get much simpler than that, does it? T2 equals 2 minus 3 over 3, and that equals minus 1/3. In an arithmetic sequence, each term in an arithmetic sequence except the first term is formed by adding an unchanging value to the term preceding it. This unchanging value is called the common difference. So notice, you start out with the first term. The common difference is, oh, this is missing a term. This should be 11. Right there should be an 11, okay? All right, we're adding 3 to it. So I can get the next term by adding 3, the next term by adding 3, the next term by adding 3, dot, dot, dot. So notice, T1 is equal to A, the first term equals A, and T2 is equal to A plus D, right? We have one common difference added. And T3 is equal to A plus 2D. We have two common differences added to the first term. This one starts with 4. Now we're adding a negative number to each term. So if I know the first term and I know the common difference, then 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 minus 2 is 0. You get the idea, right? As long as you know the first term, the common difference, you can pretty much generate the sequence.
So do you just plug in -2 for this one?
Yeah.
That's the end value?
No, the D value is negative 2.
Oh, yeah, the value.
Yeah, so here A equals 4, D equals negative 2. So here's our general term of an arithmetic sequence. So this is what you want to memorize for today's lesson. Tn equals, uh-oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. A, the first term, plus n minus 1 times d. A is the first term, n is the number of the term, d is the common difference. Notice that Tn can stand for your formula. Tn can also represent the last term. Okay? Here. Okay? Okay, verify that this is an arithmetic sequence. So if we want to verify that this is an arithmetic sequence, we have to make sure there's a common difference, or that T2 minus T1 is equal to T3 minus T2. So let's just check that. T2 minus T1 is 9/2 minus 3. We need a common denominator. 9/2 minus 6/2, that's 3/2. Agreed? T3 minus T2, well, that's going to be 6 minus 9/2, and that's going to be 12/2 minus 9/2 is 3/2. Ooh, yes, they're the same. We have a common difference since there is, uh-oh, bad spelling, there is a common difference of 3/2. This is the start of an arithmetic sequence. Absolutely. To there? Sorry. Maybe if I put it a little higher, but I don't want to. Since there is a common difference of 3/2, this is the start of an arithmetic sequence. Okay, ready? I'm tired. This is my second time doing this. All right, ready? Okay, for the sequence -5, 2, 9, 16, 23. Notice A is the first term, so the first term is the -5. They're telling you, they're going to want you to find the 31st term, so n is 31. And our common difference is, you know how to find that. 23 minus 16 is 7. 16 minus 9 is 7. 9 minus 2 is 7. 2 minus a -5 is 7. Okay, first find the general term. So that's what we'll do first, general term. To find the general term, we use the formula Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times d. So our first term is -5, and n minus 1, our common difference is 7. 7 is being added. So don't forget to simplify. You're not finished till you simplify. -5 plus 7n minus 7 is 7n minus 12. So this is our general term, right? This is our general term. That's what we wanted. That's our general term. Oh, they want the 31st term. Well, when we have a formula for the term, it's very easy to find the 31st term. T31 is equal to 7 times 31 minus 12. And that, when you calculate that, you will get 205. Yes.
You did there on the left, just a way to get like a reduced formula.
Yeah. Yeah, a simplified formula. Find Tn and T10 for this guy. Okay, well, let's just look at this. You know the first term is 12. What's our common difference? D equals -7, right? Okay, so Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times d. The first term is 12 plus n minus 1 times -7. So 12 minus 7n plus 7, 19 minus 7n. And you do the same thing. They want T10. T10 equals minus 7 times 10 plus 19. That equals minus 51. If it asks for it. Yeah. If it says find the general term, you have to.
Okay, but in this case it doesn't say, so we didn't technically have to.
It says find Tn.
Okay, so, right, okay.
Yeah.
And,
But you should be on the test. Yeah, I'm going to say yes because you have to demonstrate your knowledge of formulas. Because if you don't use formulas, you're going to lose, you're not going to gain any marks. Okay, 2 more examples. Find the number of terms in the arithmetic sequence. Okay, so in other words, we have to find n. We have to find the n value of 143. That's what we have to do. We need to know the n value of that 143. Right away we know a equals 5. What's our common difference? D equals 6. Okay? All right. So first, find the general term. Then find n by substituting Tn equals 143. We'll sub that in to our general term, and then we'll calculate n. So our general term is, again, using the general term formula. Let's see, a is 5. Our common difference is 6. All right, now we know that. We have Tn equals 6n minus 1. So 143 equals 6n minus 1. Add 1 to both sides. Divide both sides by 6. N equals 24. Therefore, there are 24 terms. Okay. Now, we are given information for 2 terms, right? And with this information, we have to find the arithmetic sequence given by the following example information. So we're going to have, we'll be able to come up with 2 equations with 2 unknowns. And then we can solve by elimination, just like what you've done in grade 10. Solve by elimination. Yes. No. You need to nice, well laid out formulas, okay? Because we're marking for your knowledge of formula. Okay, equation 1. Well, you know that 19 equals A plus 3 minus 1 times D, because it's the 3rd term. So 19 equals A plus 2D. That's our first equation. Our second one is minus 17 equals A. That's the 15th term. 15 minus 1 times D. Minus 17 equals A plus 14D. So we have 2 equations, 2 unknowns, right? So we can find A and D, and then we can find the sequence. All right, so we have equation 1. 19 equals A plus 2D. Minus 17 equals A plus 14D. You can go 1 minus 2. 19 minus a negative 17 is 36, equals minus 12D. D equals negative 3. All right, we found D. Let's sub into 1 to find A. So we have 19 equals A plus 2 times minus 3. 19 equals A minus 6. A equals 25. So now we can do our formula. Tn equals n minus 1. Uh-oh, that's not right. Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times D. Tn equals 25 plus n minus 1 times negative 3. Tn equals 25 minus 3n plus 3. Tn equals 28 minus 3n. So now we can get our T1. T1 is going to be 25. T2 is going to be 22. T3 is going to be, let's see, 28 minus 9 is 19. And T4 is 28 minus 12 is going to be 16. Dot, dot, dot. There is our sequence. That is our arithmetic sequence.
So would you get any marks? Can you just pull it?
No. You have to demonstrate.
Isn't it easier?
You have to demonstrate knowledge of the formulas. Yes. Yes. Hi.